Most people think empathy is about feeling everything intensely. They believe sensitivity means absorbing every emotion in the room, carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. But what if I told you there's a form of empathy that exists beyond emotional overwhelm? A state where you feel deeply without drowning, where you hold space without losing yourself. What if you've already embodied it without recognizing its name? The Sophia Empath doesn't announce themselves with declarations of their gift or exhaustion from their burden. They simply exist, a calm presence in the chaos. And the question isn't whether you can become one. The question is whether you already are one, moving through the world with a wisdom so natural, you've mistaken it for ordinary. This isn't about developing another spiritual skill. This is about recognizing what you've already become when the noise finally stopped. Are you ready to see yourself in this mirror? The first trait, you feel without fracturing. The ordinary empath dissolves into others' emotions. They become the anger, the sadness, the anxiety surrounding them. But you've discovered something most never do. You can stand in the middle of emotional storms and remain whole. Jung spoke of psychological boundaries not as walls, but as permeable membranes. In the Sophia state, your boundaries have become this: flexible enough to feel, strong enough to remain intact. You no longer confuse compassion with merger. When someone shares their pain, you don't take it home. Not because you've become cold, but because you've understood the fundamental truth. Their pain is theirs to carry, their teacher, their path. Your role isn't to carry it for them. Your role is to witness it fully without making it yours. This distinction changes everything. You can sit with someone in their darkest moment and not become dark yourself. You can hold space for grief without drowning in it. The tears may come, the heart may ache, but underneath flows an unshakable stillness. You've learned the difference between empathy and enmeshment. Your nervous system has learned to return to center. After feeling deeply, you don't need hours of recovery, elaborate cleansing rituals, or protective shields. You simply breathe, and the waters calm. This isn't disconnection, it's mastery. The second trait, you see beneath the performance. Most people respond to what others present. They believe the masks, react to the roles, engage with the personas. But you've developed a vision that penetrates deeper. You see the wounded child behind the aggressive executive. You recognize the terrified soul beneath the spiritual teacher's certainty. You perceive the tender heart hiding behind cynicism's armor. This seeing isn't judgment, it's recognition. Helen Watts taught that we are all actors who've forgotten we're playing roles. The Sophia Empath remembers, you watch the human drama with compassion precisely because you recognize it as drama. Not false, not meaningless, but not the whole truth either. This X-ray vision doesn't make you superior, it makes you humble. Because you see in others the same contradictions you've integrated in yourself. The shadow and light, the courage and fear, the wisdom and foolishness dancing together in every soul. You're no longer fooled by confidence or intimidated by anger. You don't take defensiveness personally or mistake withdrawal for rejection. You see the mechanisms, the protections, the unconscious patterns playing out, and in this seeing, your responses become spacious rather than reactive. People often feel inexplicably safe with you, not because you do anything special, but because your presence doesn't demand they maintain their performance. You see them already, so the exhaustion of pretending falls away. The third trait, your silence has become medicine. The untrained empath fills silence with fixing, advising, reassuring. They cannot tolerate the discomfort of another's pain without rushing to resolve it. But you've discovered that silence itself heals. You've learned to sit with someone's suffering without the compulsion to make it better. Your presence becomes a container, spacious and accepting, where others can finally feel what they've been running from. This holding isn't passive. It's the most active form of love there is. Schopenhauer recognized that most conversation is just two people waiting to speak, two monologues running parallel. But when you listen, something different happens. You listen with your whole being, not formulating responses, not comparing to your own experience, not planning what wisdom to offer. You simply receive. This quality of listening is rare enough to be transformative. In your silence, people hear themselves, perhaps for the first time. The answers they've been seeking outside suddenly arise from within. Your greatest gift isn't what you say. It's the space you hold for truth to emerge. You no longer need to prove your empathy through words. You don't offer unsolicited advice or share similar stories to demonstrate understanding. You've realized that "me too" often diminishes rather than validates. Your silence says, "I'm here. I see you. I'm not afraid of what you're feeling." The fourth trait, you know when to walk away. This might be the most misunderstood trait of all. The Sophia Empath knows that not every soul is theirs to accompany. Not every battle is theirs to fight. Not every person is ready for the depth you naturally offer. You've learned to recognize when your presence is welcome and when it's intrusive, when your empathy serves and when it enables, when staying is compassion and when it's your own avoidance of necessary endings. This discernment is wisdom. The savior complex has died in you. You no longer believe you can rescue anyone from their own journey. You understand that some people need to hit bottom, need to feel the consequences, need to walk through fire alone. Your interference, however loving, would rob them of their necessary transformation. This doesn't make you cold, it makes you wise. You can love someone deeply and still let them go. You can care intensely and still honor their right to make destructive choices. Your compassion no longer comes with the attachment to outcomes. You've stopped exhausting yourself on closed doors. When someone repeatedly refuses the light you offer, you don't take it personally anymore. You simply redirect your energy to where it's received, where it can actually take root and grow. Your empathy becomes strategic, not scattered. The people who need your presence will find you. The ones ready for depth will recognize you. The rest will pass by and you'll let them, knowing that timing is sacred and not everyone is meant to walk beside you. The fifth trait, the ordinary is where you dwell. The performance empath needs dramatic emotional exchanges to feel purposeful. They seek intensity, crisis, the wounded who need saving. But you've found something they haven't, the sacred lives in the mundane. Your empathy expresses itself in small gestures, the unhurried pace of your speech that allows someone anxious to finally breathe, the way you remember the detail they mentioned 3 weeks ago, the text that arrives exactly when someone needed to know they weren't forgotten. These tiny acts carry the same healing as any grand intervention. You're no longer drawn to emotional drama. You don't need intensity to confirm your gift. The quiet recognition of another's humanity in the grocery store line, the gentle acknowledgement of the barista's exhaustion, the moment of real eye contact with a stranger. This is where your empathy lives now. Watts reminded us repeatedly that the sacred isn't separate from daily life. It pulses through every ordinary moment. The Sophia Empath has stopped seeking extraordinary opportunities to demonstrate their sensitivity. Every interaction becomes an opportunity for conscious presence. Your empathy has become as natural as breathing. You're not performing it, analyzing it, or congratulating yourself for it. It's simply how you move through the world, quietly, completely, without announcement. These 5 traits don't make you special. Sophia Empathy isn't spiritual superiority. It's the natural flowering of sensitivity that's been tempered by wisdom, deepened by integration, freed from the need to prove itself. If you recognize yourself here, it doesn't mean you've achieved something. It means you've finally stopped fragmenting yourself trying to save everyone else. The empathy was always there. You've simply learned to wield it without losing yourself in the process. Now the question isn't whether you're a Sophia Empath. The question is, are you ready to trust this quiet mastery you've cultivated? To stop second-guessing the wisdom that flows through you naturally? to simply be what you've always been, without the need for validation. Your presence is the teaching, your wholeness is the healing, your silence is the answer. If these words resonated, share your recognition in the comments. Not to prove yourself, but to remind others walking this quiet path they're not alone.